back. You're watching this Young Turks special.
Shireen, our first guest today is Anand, who's batting on the front foot of his 80-year-old family cricket equipment manufacturing business, SG.
Well, that's right, Abhinav. SG is the world leader in cricket equipment manufacturing. In fact, it's done turnover of about 70 crore rupees this year, and it has a target of doing 1,000 crore rupees in the next 10 years. It's also diversifying into apparel and accessories. Here's the story of Anand and SG.
He fuels the passion of this cricket-crazy nation. Anand is captaining the 80-year-old family cricket gear manufacturing business, Sanspareils, Greenlands or SG. A 70 crore rupee venture, SG is India's largest exporter of cricketing gear. It even has a 24% share of the 350 crore rupee domestic cricket gear market. 900 craftsmen handmake over 1,000 willows every day in SG's factory in Meerut in Uttar Pradesh. One of the world's largest producers of cricket bats, SG today are also OEMs and marketers of international cricket brands like Kookaburra, Moore and Slazenger. With the 2020 format and IPL reinventing the way cricket is played, Paris is taking guard for his latest innings. Coming up, our special bats for this fast-forward format of the game and a foray into the sports apparel business. So it was time for Anand to drive some questions and Paris to field.
In a cricket-crazy country like ours, marketing cricketing equipment should be rather a piece of cake, right?
It's easier because that's the #1 sport and the demand is there and the brand has been there for a very long time. But the biggest challenge is the size of the country, where we realize that the distances, the markets like Chennai, markets like Kolkata, markets like Bombay are so diverse, and the distances are there, which is the challenge.
But there's been a change of strategy as well as far as you're concerned, because you were largely export driven, which was about 55% of your revenues came because of exports, and now you're changing your focus to the domestic market. Is it largely on account of what we've seen happen with the IPL? 3 years ago this phenomena started, and now you're seeing a lot more people sort of getting on to the cricket bandwagon, so to speak.
IPL has definitely helped. What was happening earlier was in bigger cities, where parents had more money for their children. They had an option now, to play golf, basketball, maybe soccer for that matter, all these sports which were more exciting for the younger generation. But IPL has brought that factor, that excitement back in the sport. That's definitely helped the sport.
Internationally, are there any emerging markets?
International market that is growing for us is the American market.
Who would have actually thought that America would start playing cricket? Did you expect this to happen? But
I guess all the NRIs.
The NRIs, is that the constituency that you're catering to?
Yes, with the IPL happening, that's the American American type of cricket that is happening. A shorter version where there's excitement, it's more of fun, and it's like a carnival.
But what about brand building? Because while SG has been around for about 80 years now, there hasn't been enough emphasis on promoting the SG brand, especially domestically. What are you going to do that, and how are you changing that?
Our business was mostly exports, so the domestic part was just filling up the capacities that we had in the factories.
Right.
Now how the business has changed is we are actually creating capacities for the domestic market. Now that the focus is on the domestic markets, definitely the marketing strategy will change. There'll be a huge change in the next 12 months, and I'm sure that will help the business.
Talking about the IPL, we see there's a lot of innovation and technology coming into equipment. For example, the Mongoose bat. What's your take on that?
It's a good concept, and similarly, even we've come up with our 2020 version, so hopefully that will be in the market very soon.
What is the kind of number that you're working with? What is your vision as far as SG is concerned? Where would you like to see this company? You're about 70 crores in turnover, I believe, at this point in time. Where would you like to see yourself go?
In the next 5 years, we're targeting somewhere around 500 crores.
Okay.
And the next 10 years, the target is about 1,000 crores. So there's a lot of work to be done.
Are you going to be diversifying into any other equipment, other sports equipment? And
yes, we would do that. But in the short term, the strategy is to consolidate our position as the leaders in cricket. And once we do that, once we are able to send that message across, we'll probably then look at other sports.
You are experimenting with apparel and footwear at this point in time. How serious is that effort?
If you look at any brand internationally, what ultimately happens is you'll notice equipment brands like Wilson in tennis, or you'll see a TaylorMade in golf. Everybody has done that. This is nothing new that we are trying to do.
No.
It's something that comes naturally. We are doing footwear, we are doing apparel, we are doing apparel which is specific to cricket. But you know, now the stretch that we have to make is from cricket to you know, to other sports.
But you're going to be taking on the Nikes and the Reeboks of the world. So are you prepared for that?
Yes, we are. You know, Nikes and Reeboks were our size maybe 20 or 30 years back. So you know, we are that size, and we are.
And it will be the SG brand that will go head to head with the Reeboks and the Nikes.
It will go head to head with Reeboks and Nikes.
Any plans on an IPO? Any plans on bringing in private equity? Because you have significant expansion plans.
We do have plans for that, but maybe not for the next 2 or 3 years. You know.
Paris, we wish you the very best of luck from all of us here on Young Turks, and keep us posted on that 5 and 10-year vision of yours.
Pleasure. It was a pleasure being here.
Time for a break. After the break, an entrepreneur who's on a mission to groom India's next tennis star. Stay tuned.